I've sent names during the Trump administration. I've sent Democrats' names to the White House. Now, they didn't pick them, but I sent them. And I don't really look at politics that much when I pick when I pick federal judges. I tell you what I look at.
Senator John Kennedy just stepped into the Senate Judiciary Committee, and honestly, it was a moment you could feel in the air. Today, he introduced two major Louisiana judicial nominees, Justice Crain and U.S. Attorney Van Hook. But this wasn't just politics as usual. This was Kennedy, in his element, laying out what it means to trust someone with the law.
Thank you, Mr. Chairman. It's my pleasure to introduce Justice Crain and U.S. Attorney Van Hook. Everybody on this committee, those here, those not here, have read their resumes, and any fair-minded person can look at their resumes and see that they're eminently qualified. I'll start with Justice Crain. He's done it all. Finished LSU Law School, joined, eventually became a partner at one of the most prominent law firms in our state. After 20 years, he then was asked by the people to serve on the district court bench. He did. He was then asked by our people to serve on the Court of Appeal, State Court of Appeal. He did that. And now he's a member of the Louisiana Supreme Court.
Right off the bat, Kennedy thanks the chairman, classic Southern charm, but you can tell he's got something more on his mind. He calls both nominees eminently qualified, and looking at their resumes, it's hard to argue. Let's start with Justice Crain. Born and bred Louisiana, LSU law grad, and years racking up respect in private practice. Then he gets called to serve, not just once, but on the district court, the appeals court, and now the Louisiana Supreme Court. That's not luck. That's a career built on trust and grit. Then there's Van Hook. Kennedy paints a picture of someone who's spent over 25 years fighting for justice, handling 600-plus federal cases. He even clerked for Judge Stagg, and now he's up to fill that very seat.
Mr. Van Hook went to Centenary, LSU Law School, clerked for a very prominent judge on the Fifth Circuit, clerked for District Court Judge Stagg, whose seat he will be taking.
Kennedy stresses, this isn't about politics. It's about judgment and fairness, the kind of person you want calling balls and strikes when it matters most. And Kennedy? He's not shy about the politics either. He defends the blue slip tradition, making sure every senator has a say in federal judgeships. He says, I've sent both Republican and Democrat names to the White House, because for me, judgment, not politics, is the test.
He spent his entire career, 25 years in the U.S. Attorney's Office, handled 600 cases. Now, as impressive, it's no secret that senators have a lot to say about who the president nominates to these jobs, especially on the district court. And I, for one, want to keep it that way, Mr. Chairman. And I thank you for your courage with respect to Democrat and Republican presidents for standing your ground on the blue slip, which I support unconditionally. So it's no secret that we send the names to the White House. And I've sent names during the Trump administration. I've sent Democrats' names to the White House. Now, they didn't pick them, but I sent them. And I don't really look at politics that much when I pick when I pick federal judges. I tell you what I look at. I look at judgment. First, of course, you want to make sure that an attorney is qualified. I try to pick lawyers that everyone in the community will look at and go, well, you know, I don't know him that well, but man, you know, he's a lawyer's lawyer. That's the way we've always done it on the federal bench, and the way we ought to continue doing it. So that's my initial litmus test. But then I look for judgment, and that's why Bill and I suggested to the President, Will and Alex. You will notice today that they have coolly unflappable demeanors, and underneath those coolly unflappable demeanors is a coolly unflappable demeanor. That's just the way they are. They've seen it all. They've heard it all. They're fair. They're just interested in resolving cases. And they're not that interested in politics. To my knowledge, neither one of them are interested at all. They keep the simple stuff simple, and they just try to do what they think is right. Now, I'm biased because I nominated them. But if you knew them, Mr. Chairman and Mr. Ranking Member and my colleagues like I knew them, you would agree with me. And I'm just so honored that they're here today with their families, and I'm looking forward to this hearing.
There's even a little humor. Kennedy describes his nominees as coolly unflappable. The room laughs, but it's true. These are steady hands in unpredictable times. So if you care about integrity, if you think experience matters in Washington, hit that like and subscribe, because this is what it sounds like when leadership puts principle first and Louisiana takes the spotlight. From the Supreme Court to the Senate floor, this is integrity with a microphone.